All right, guys, it is that time again. It is the STR Coolers show. So today we're going to do another no-item Super Battle Road run. As I had previously mentioned, I've gotten all the stages done now except for Fusion and Ginyu Force. When Super Battle Road opens up this upcoming weekend for JP, I'll probably give some tries to Ginyu Force. I'm thinking for Fusion, I'm probably just gonna let someone else take care of that. Once someone shows me that like the grind is possible, I'll jump in. Otherwise, I'll probably just wait for Blue Gogeta as part of the 5-year anniversary, which I mean almost assuredly is coming. And I'm sure LR 5-year anniversary Blue Gogeta probably would help out for that Fusion stage, right? So today we're doing Transformation Boost. I believe this took me only one try, because I mean on this video file there was only one attempt on it, so we actually got this done in one attempt. You might wonder, well, why? Well, how could you beat it in one attempt? Because it's not like the stage is easy. It's because STR Cooler. Again, STR Cooler is just built different. Like that phrase for STR Cooler, okay, is very meaningful. Now, here's one thing that can be a bit of an issue. So, Cooler is a support type unit for Transformation Boost if you're going up against one enemy. Multiple enemies, and he buffs Conquest of Terror. So, both STR Coolers, basically, the only link they're going to have active is what? Fierce Battle. But they are giving themselves the 50% support type buff. So, Cooler's going to take a little bit of damage right here, without big bad bosses. That's fine. Because both Coolers are going to be hitting very, very hard. They do, of course, also lower attack on super attack. They're just, yeah, and then here you go. So both in this run and in the last run we did, my Cooler really is, like, giving him full additionals. He has been getting additionals like crazy. Busting these out non-stop, this Cooler has. So I am very pleased with my decision to give him full additionals. I feel like he's done very, very well with these full additionals just like this. So that's really, really good. Now, I did also bring AGL LR Gohan, and I also brought the Int LR Cell. Both of those guys, of course, they are incredibly powerful defensively, which is one of the main reasons I decided to bring them. Now, if you guys noticed, I do have a lot of similarities here with the team we're using compared to our movie boss run, right? A lot of similarities with the units that I decided to bring. Things like transforming Frieza. We have, Tech Golden Frieza, Int Janemba, STR Cooler himself. Obviously these level of units with their defensive and offensive abilities are really, really going to work well here. In particular, that transforming Frieza, like for a no-item run, is going to be very helpful with that healing ability of his. By him constantly spamming that healing, and then, being able to have the high-tier links that he does, like Big Bad Bosses and stuff, it really is going to help us out a lot as we're going through these stages. Again, like, I've always said I thought transforming Frieza was really good, and I've just found him more useful than transforming Goku ever since they came out. Now, really, our rotations weren't great, all things considered. Like Int Cell and Gohan don't really work the best with Cooler. This situation, okay, so of course, yeah, a lot of this was happening in these no-item attempts. Wow, we nearly died right there. But, yeah, that's a lot of damage that we just took. But, see, actually, now that I'm looking at it, so that looks like that might have been bad, but we actually could now very easily get an LR Cell transformation, right? Because when Cell falls below that 30% HP threshold, he does give us that full HP regeneration, which is huge. The only thing is that Gohan is going to finish Tien off. So best case scenario would have been if, like, Gohan or Cell, we had not gotten a super attack with them, we could have finished Tien off with this next rotation and then gone into this next fight right here. So unfortunately, we have very, very little health, and we're going to have to survive this rotation like this. But if we make it through, we're going to get that LR Cell transformation. I mean, as you guys have seen, we've already done this now in several of these no-item runs, where LR Cell and that transformation of his, these healing units are very, very big time. So I think I chose to go for that in Orb just to get the little bit of extra healing. I was very, very nervous here about surviving on this turn, but I remember this a little bit. I believe we might not actually get super attacked on this rotation. Although, after Janemba, I think both Transforming Frieza and Cooler would both 2.58 from Transforming Frieza. So yeah, Transforming Frieza is able to hit really good numbers next to STR Cooler, but Frieza would have survived the super attack from 18, and then Cooler, of course, would survive a super attack from 17 here with the type advantage and the ridiculous power. Another additional by that Cooler, very good. And then boom, there we go. LR Cell transformation. Now, again, when this guy comes out, too, he is really good. It's just you have to get him orbs. I really wish they designed Cell differently, because he could have been so impressive, but there's just little things, again, that I feel like could have been changed to make him a lot better of a card. I think I actually choose to float him off right here, too, which, you know, the rotation of Golden Frieza and Cooler, it's just going to work out a lot better. Like, look how impressive Cooler is. Like, Cooler is so impressive that I actually choose to rotate off transformed LR Cell. I mean, obviously this works to our benefit, because then I'm able to give Cell the required amount of orbs he needs for him to look very impressive, right? But still, like, you know, without Cooler, the support type buff, when he transforms, his damage, his defense, his links, like, Cooler is just so crazy. Now, this is a fight where we're not going to get Cooler's transformed version, right? Because, you know, he transforms after 3 turns if you're going up against a pure Saiyan or a hybrid Saiyan, which is most of the game. But obviously here, we're only fighting the 2 androids, so we're not going to be able to get it. And 4.8 million for Cell is very, very good on Super Battle Road. He, of course, is getting the support type buff from Cell. No, wait. Is Cell in Conquest of Terror? I can't remember, actually. Let me double check that. I do not remember if Cell is on Conquest of Terror or not. I think he is. But I would have to double check and confirm. Cell is not on Conquest of Terror, so he was not even getting the support type buff right there. So again, that's a very impressive turn by LR Cell then, considering he wasn't even getting a support type buff. So I left both 17 and 18 alive at this point, but you know, now our rotations are a little bit better in check, and we can go ahead and take this down. Now going into this last fight, I mean, as you guys can see, we're like halfway through the video right now, and we're about to move into the last fight. The last fight for Transformation Boost, this upcoming Ultimate Gohan, he might actually be the single toughest enemy in Super Battle Road at this point, because I believe, is this the only stage of the 10 new stages, so stages 21 to 30, this might be the only one where the final fight is against one enemy. When that happens, these final enemies typically will have, you know, somewhere around, like 20 million HP or something like that. I also chose to get not the same type orbs right there, so we could save the Dokkan attack for the next round against Gohan. So we did get a little bit unfortunate there, in that I believe both Coolers were on that rotation, because Cooler is going to be very important moving forward throughout this Gohan fight, because he's going to be lowering Gohan's attack. We have to be very, very careful here with the defensive units that we're going to put up against Gohan and things like that, right? So, like, even Janemba, I believe, does get hit rather hard here, but really, we got pretty lucky with the orbs on the field. So Janemba's going to get the Dokkan attack. Cell, I'm probably going to keep floating for a while. And I believe I'm going to leave AGL Gohan on rotation after this, because obviously we want that AGL type unit, you know, preparing for this Gohan, right? Like just, if Gohan gets a super attack off on us, it's really bad. Like, really bad. And remember, we're going to be fighting this Gohan for like 8 minutes. So prioritizing defense as much as possible is very important here. And not really worrying about damage so much as actually moving units around to keep them in good defensive positions. Okay, so we don't dodge the Gohan super attack, which is unfortunate, because look how much this does. Yeah, 120k to Janemba. That's insane. Like, Janemba's not even taking double digits from this guy from normal attacks. Like, this Gohan is ridiculously powerful. Transforming Frieza would get turned into mincemeat by this guy. So that's the other thing. I got to keep Transforming Frieza blocked as much as I possibly can. Now, Cell will be fine. Cell has such ridiculously high defense that I think he's going to take double digits here. So that's something that's going to help us out a lot, right? Transformation Boost, by the way, does have one of the best rosters in the game. So, like, there's just a plethora of units who will be good here. Okay, so what do I do here? I probably just float Frieza off, leave Cooler in that spot because, of course, we're going to want Cooler transformed. That actually did work out pretty good because Gohan is only attacking once where Cooler is, and he's attacking a couple times at the end, so I wanted to try and maximize it like that. Gohan, of course, since this is going to be a longer fight than usual in Super Battle Road stages, Gohan will continue to build up that attack and defense of his, so that he'll be able to really neutralize Ultimate Gohan's damage, which is very helpful. Then Cooler getting his super attack off, lowering Gohan's attack. Again, that's another thing that's very important here, because Gohan just hits so hard. I mean, look at that. He did 33k to Cooler. We don't have Big Bad Bosses active. Does Tech Golden Frieza... Tech Golden Frieza might not actually have Big Bad Bosses. I think that's one issue with him. Yes, he does not. That would have been real bad if this was Cooler. I think we would have died here. Because I floated LR Cell off last rotation too, so it's not like we would have been able to get that that healing survive. So that would have been real bad. Actually, thinking about it, transforming Goku probably would be pretty good here because, you know, he, of course, is AGL. He does have that damage reduction, so transforming Goku would be really good here. Zamasu, of course, another transformation boost unit would be amazing. Blue Gogeta. This is a stage where prioritizing AGL units, I think, is very smart because that second stage doesn't have any tech-type enemies either. Did the first stage even have any tech-type enemies? I can't even remember, but I think prioritizing AGL units as much as you can is probably the way to go. Again, you know, Blue Gogeta, Evolution Blue Vegeta, LR Baby. There's a lot of powerful AGL units you could rock here. So here's what I decided to do. I was actually, after I transformed with Cooler, I was thinking about it for a second, and I was actually a little worried that I might have made a mistake, and it might actually be better to not have transformed with Cooler. The reason I thought this is because Cooler, you know, he does still lower attack when he's not transformed, which is very, very important here. Whereas Cooler, like, see, look at that. Janemba is now taking only 4,000 as opposed to the 17,000 he was taking before. Cooler no longer lowers attack, but the amount of damage he could dish out is unparalleled. You know, a crit right there. We didn't get a second super attack. Do we get a third attack? No, we don't. Oh, the dodge is helpful because I think he's still doing 10k. So that did save us a little bit of damage. And then transforming Frieza, he would get cream pied by this Gohan, especially without Big Bad Bosses active. Okay, so now it should be active. No, we didn't even get Big Bad Bosses active for either. But by this point, we are good. I believe I actually choose on this turn to not transform with Cooler. Because my thinking is, again, I want that attack lowering active. Plus, Gohan and Cell really could get a lot of value from Cooler's support type buff. Having him give, the 30% attack and defense to both Gohan and Cell will be really, really big. And I do have full faith that Cell would be able to survive if he got super attacked. Cell's defense is so high. Cell also should have Big Bad Bosses as well. So Cooler and Cell with Big Bad Bosses, so Cell's defense will be even higher. And then, of course, you know, AGL LR Gohan, he's not going to get taken down by future Gohan. So here we go, guys. I mean, there's still just a million units, you know, transforming Trunks, even Tech LR Cell, the first form Cell is probably pretty good here with his healing ability. You know, future Gohan, you just have so many, powerful, even, SCR Evil Boo would actually probably be really good for this stage because this enemy right here, this Gohan, is actually a Majin Buu arc enemy. So there's a number of units who will be very good here. But hey, we got it done. The SCR Cooler show, again, he's so damn good. This is why we call him the best TUR in Dokkan, and this is why, even though Android 13 is not bad, he's no Cooler. I mean, Cooler just does everything. He's just very impressive, and he might have the best team in the game as his leader skill. He's crazy, right? So there we go. Transformation boost, no items. One more left to go, and that is Future. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.